Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a walk-in house where you can implement your walk-in house into the game and have player walk in and check out rooms and for items and such. So let's get started. First, this is this is what you get when you open up a Blender. So I'm working with the Blender. I don't like to work with any other software. Blender is the most. I've been working with Blender for quite a few years, and it's easiest for me to operate with. And so, if you're you always get this box in the middle of the scene. If you click on it, right click on it, and press X, you'll have this come up, delete. Alright, we don't need that. Alright, if you go to the left, top left, there's tools, and then there is create. Create what? We're gonna create the plane, and in the right hand side, there's this box here, right, where these all these items are. Click on this box, and where it says you have the location of the in the scene where this is located. It's on 000, rotation 000, scale 111. We're gonna scale this to 7, enter, 5, enter, and then here to the left again, we're going to switch the tools, and we're going to add, under here where it says object mode, you have to be in the edit mode. Wait, there's a shortcut to that by pressing tab. See, I press tab and I switch to object mode. If I press tab again, I am in the edit mode. Now when you're in the edit mode, under tools, you have all these options so we can work with and we're gonna subdivide this box, because this is just one face. We have to make quite a few faces to work with this box. So the easiest way to do this is subdivide it once, subdivide it twice, subdivide it 3 times. You can do it as many times as you want, but I suggest only about 3 times. Alright, now while we are in the edit mode, go down here, we have all these options down here. Click on this. This is side. Alright, this is face, side, and a point of the face. Like, this is the point of the face, this is the point, this is the point, another point, so on. When you click on the face, then you can only select faces. Not the face, I'm sorry, the side. And you can select this side. See how it turns white. This side turns white. It used to be black, now it's white. This side, alright? So if you click on one of these sides on the edges, make sure you don't click on any of these, just the sides, right? Click on the side, hold shift, and just keep clicking around the entire pretty much parameter. Make sure you don't click on one of these. If you do, just click click on it again, and it's gonna deselect it. It's gonna get deselected, so you don't have to worry about it. Alright, when we're done with that, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to extend all these edges upwards. Alright, to do that, a shortcut is to press E, and then when you press E, you can move. When you move your mouse, see how the walls, the whole thing is just extending upwards. You can extend this way and that way, but we don't want to make a house that look like that way or like this. It's kind of crooked. So we have to press Z. when you press Z, it locks in onto the Z axis. So it only goes up and down. Right? So you have to decide how big is this house going to be. Let's say how about this big maybe. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so tall. Not big, but tall. That's how tall it's going to be. I don't like this light. I always delete this light. Let me click on it. Oh, I'm in a edit mode. Ooh, duh. Click on it. Or I could have then just gone here and deleted it. I also don't need camera, so I'll delete that. I don't need it. Alright, go on. Click on the object and go to the edit mode. Now this object is called plane. We're gonna be renaming these things. You can just, when you right click on it, what's going on? Right click on it, rename, and then rename whatever you want. Let's say I'm gonna call this house 02 because I already have a house 1. Okay. Now what do we have to do here is we have easiest and most productive way is to do is separate a floor from the walls, because we don't want the floor and the walls to, when we do the texturing, you know, we don't want them to be the same, you know, same texture. We don't want them to be separate. So if you click on this box, faces, see these black dots, hold shift, click each one of these, if you click one of these by mistake, just click on it again and it's going to deselect. But keep holding shift. If you click one of these, next one, you don't hold the shift, it's going to just single out that only one face, and then you're going to have to start all over again. So you want to make sure that it's shift and then right click on it. Alright, to separate this from the walls, the floor, press P, and then it says separate by selection. You can separate by material or loose parts, or you're going to separate it by selection. And now it's been separated. It's called house 02.001. Now you're going to call this, rename it, and call it floor. Now we know what that is. It's floor. When we want to work on it, shortcut to select everything is, if you go onto the edit mode, is A. If you want to work on when you're working on or separate project or item or wall or floor, if you press A, and if, like, let's say I click one of these and I don't want to like hold shift and click each one of these, you know, it's kind of tedious work. You just press A and it should select everything, all the faces. But right now we don't need the floors, we don't want to work on them, we want to work on the actual house itself. So to select a different item, you either have to get out of the edit mode into the object mode, so you can right click on it, or you can go here and just click on one of these, or left click on it, and it's gonna you know, automatically select whatever you want to work on. So I'm gonna work on house. Alright, to recall it, shortcut to edit mode is tab. Click on tab, it's object mode, click on tab, it's edit mode. Alright, that's another shortcut. You can it's a useful tool. No. So what do we know? What do we need in this house? Uh, we need walls. We need door. You know. So let's make a door. But door, it's not as tall as a house, right? Door is like maybe this high, you know. So how do we do that? I mean, if I select this and delete this face, I'm gonna delete it, face, and all of a sudden we have the whole section deleted. All right. So how we gonna make a door so it's this high, but probably just, you know, take this width of this box here, face. Well, we have to be in edit mode, and we have to go on the tools, loop, cut, and slide. If you click on this, go onto the object that you're working on. So this pink line that goes over all the around, it usually sets to the center of wherever the face you're working on or you select on, you know. So if you click right click, I mean no, left click once, it's going to turn yellow, and now you can, you know, move this line when it's yellow. Only when it's yellow you can move it around. Now let's say up to here, this high. If you click on it again or left click on it again, now you cannot move it anymore. It's set. Now it's cut. This is called like a cut line. And if we switch to the face mode in the edit, now you see that one face of those faces kind of split, and we have the upper face and the bottom face. Well, let's say we want a door to be 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I was gonna put the door in the middle, but there is no middle because there's 8 of these faces. 1, 2. If there was 9 faces, then I could like choose one in the middle. But since there are, what you can do here to make the door like in the middle, you can select loop, cut, and slide, and make sure that it's vertical. When it's vertical, you left click on it and then move, let's say from here, and then go back to the tools, loop, cut, slide, again vertical, click on it again, and what you can do here is just delete these 2 faces, and we have a middle of the door in the middle of the house. Okay, so simple and easy. Now most houses have 2 doors, one front door and a back door. For the back door, we don't have to, I mean, we can make it in the middle again, you know, to be like, just goes through. Let's do that. Alright, so loop, and cut again. Oh, messed that one up. Face, select, delete, and we have doors opposite from each other. Right? Now we need windows, but first, before working on windows, I want to see where do I want walls. Right? We have a, you know, simple outer wall of the house. Well, what about inner walls, like you know, rooms, like separated rooms? How are we going to make those? Well, again, another simple way is to let's say, since we have doors on this side and doors on this side, we can select this whole area here, alright, hold shift, make sure nothing else is selected, just this whole area here, alright, and then we're going to go under tools again, find and duplicate, click on it once and click on it again. If you don't click on it again, this is what's going to happen. If you move your mouse away from it, see what's it doing? It's moving around, so it is kind of weird. So you want to go back and just click it, you know, click it once, click it again, pretty much double click it, and move the wall away from its parent, whatever. Now we have a wall. Since we have a wall, now this is the outer wall of the house. Again, the outer wall of the house texture is not going to look the same as the walls inside the house. So we have to separate it. Press P, separate by selection, and we have it separate. And it's called House 20001. We're gonna call this, rename it, and call this walls. If you press Tab and A, see, it's only, you can only now work on these walls, this selected item, which is called walls. So nothing else can be selected. If I'm pressing A, see, nothing else is selected, just this. So it's been separated from these walls. So we can add texture onto the wall separate from the texture of the house walls and the texture of the floor. All right. So what do we want to do with the walls? All right. We can put them, like, let's say here. What I want to do here is, I mean, you can always like come up with your own way on walls and rooms and what. I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible. Let's say I'm going to put the wall here, and I'm going to have one huge room here with just one door entrance to it. Alright, so that's good enough. Alright, now I can duplicate this, hit it once, twice, and then grab with left click, grab this duplicated faces and move them away from this original face. And let's see, now you can rotate this. If you rotate this by pressing R shortcut and pressing, let's see, I think it's Z, yep, see, you can rotate it. Alright, oh, I didn't want to do that. Why am I, okay, now we can have it separate. There we go. Is it in the middle of the house? Kind of, but not really. Maybe here. Oh, come on. Now, I'm already seeing that rotation did not work that well, so I'm going to rotate it again. Maybe. Yeah, it's better. Okay, so now these phases, we can delete them. What to do with the extension here? We have an extended phase. Now you can delete this and then select all these and then stretch them out, you know, like size them. Or we can do the loop and cut. Make sure it's vertical, and that's about it. Yeah. Where is it? Okay. It's like phase mode. Come on. Why am I doing that? Shift and delete the face. And there you go. Just deleted it. But I'm seeing the outline from the outside, which is, I mean, it shouldn't be a big deal, but you know, when it does, the finish of it, like this one's sticking up, so we're gonna have to fix that. Let's select all these and move it this way. Still sticking out. Alright, so I'm gonna have to size this, scale it, like press in S shortcut and X, no, Y. Alright, so Y, and we have to scale it. Let's see, oh, still sticking out. S, Y, now it's not sticking out. Now, don't worry about the gap between the wall and the house wall, because when we make these things full or thicker, you know, these walls have to be thicker, or otherwise, when you walk into the house, you're gonna see from the inside of the house through the walls. So these walls have to be thick. But right now, we don't want to, you know, taking them out until we were like done with all the setup. Alright, so they can stick out a little bit, you know, from away from each other. We're gonna put the door. We're gonna put one door here, let's say. Make this tutorial short. And how about let's open up this here. Alright, pretty cool, right? One door here, small door, to go into this room, and just opening here to go into, you know, walk around here. Now this room, this is a single bedroom house, looks like it. Then we have maybe a kitchen, living room, you know. So a bedroom has windows, right? So we're gonna switch to object mode, click on the outer or household too, or outer walls of the house, tab it, click on tab, and let's put windows. We're gonna put windows. Now loop, cut, slide, window is about this high, right? They're not that high up. Okay, and switch to a phase mode. We can put one window here, right, and maybe one window here, right? And leave this, you know, I mean, you can have windows, I mean, you can go nuts with windows. I usually put too many windows when I'm working on these houses and buildings. I just put too many windows. This, you know, this one I don't want to put too many windows in. All right, so kitchen or living room has a window as well. So let's give them a window as well. We'll cut. Oh no, that was bad. We'll cut. There you go. All right, window. Make sure you're in phase mode. Let's delete this one. Window for whatever kitchen or bed, living room, and one window here. And see how it did, like, didn't look like it deleted, but if you move around, it did. So, alright. So you have 4 windows. We don't want any more windows. Alright, what's next? Well, since we're done with the doors and windows, we have to have a ceiling. Alright, the easiest way to make a ceiling is to go to object mode, click on the floor, duplicate the floor once, twice, move the floor up. No, that's bad. Up. Here we go. Alright. Now, move down a little bit. There you go. Now the ceiling is kind of sticking out. Alright, so we're gonna fix that. We are going to switch this to edit mode, side mode, edit side mode, click on sides. Alright, now to move these sides without, extending them, shortcut is G, and then which way you're moving them. X, no, Y. Alright, we're moving it in Y axis. Alright, so yep, it's away from the wall. Let's do this side as well. GY, just a little bit, like about millimeter to 2 millimeters, just so it don't stick out through the walls. This one is GX, I believe. Yep, there we go. This side, we don't want ceiling to stick through the walls of the house, GX, and whoa, just got disoriented. There we go. Alright, so it's good. That's good. And we're gonna call this, instead of floor, 1 ceiling. Alright, that's our ceiling. So we're done with the ceiling. Yes, we are. That's all we have to do. Just duplicate the floor, rename it to a ceiling, move it up, and just shrink it a little bit, just a little bit to the sides, so it don't stick out to the walls. Alright, next thing is roof, right? We need a roof. But is the roof going to be flat? No, we don't want a flat roof, right? So how are we gonna make the roof as fast, as more productive as possible? Well, let's go to object mode, click on the house itself. We can actually turn off the ceiling. You're not gonna delete it, you're just gonna turn it off so you can see the walls of the house. You can turn off the floor and the walls, see? By clicking on this eye thing, eye icon. Alright, so tab to edit mode, and we have to work on the walls. Let's see what, not the wall, the I forgot. Roof, for God's sakes. Oh, we need the sides. Alright, so roof is going to be like that, right? Triangle. So we can't have a triangle here. Well, we can have 4 triangles, like 4-way triangle, right? I never done that one before, but I'm not gonna do it here on this tutorial. I'm just gonna do the 1 triangle. Alright, so do that. We first have to make sure that this wall has a triangle up here for the roof, right? So what I'm gonna do is find the middle, 2 middle phases, or just one. If you have like 9 of these or 7, you can only select, you select only one phase. Actually, you won't be able to. You actually need to select 2, and I'm sorry, you need to select 2 of these phases, and not phases, the sides of the face, and by extending it. Now this time we're not moving it, we're extending it. So E, if you press E, shortcut E, all right, see how it's extending, and then Z to lock it in onto a Z axis. And let's say, how tall is our roof going to be? About this tall, right? A little taller than that, right? Let's make it taller, right there. All right, so we can make it that tall, right? But if we do that and we go around, we have to do this for both sides. Then we have to, like, I aim the height of that one with this, right? So you're just gonna redo this by Control Z. Redo it, whatever you've done. That's the shortcut to making sure that you redo whatever you've done if you make a mistake or whatever. So by Shift, we're gonna select these other sides on the other side of the wall. All right, and now we're gonna press E, Z to lock it in onto a Z axis, and now they are at the same height. We're gonna say this high. Our roof is gonna be this high. There you go. Now, how to make a triangle of these? Triangle is pretty easy. All you have to do is switch it to the point one. So this is the point side face. Switch to point. We click on this corner point, and this time we're gonna hold Shift and click on this corner point of the wall of the house here, and then go to the left under the tools, find merge button, click on merge, and click on merge at last. Why at last? Because this is the last corner point that I have clicked on. If I do the merge first, that this whole thing is gonna merge and move this way, and then you're gonna have a really weird corner of the house. So you don't want that. You won't just want to merge this. You just want to move this whole thing here. Just the corner is gonna stretch down and merge to this corner. So at last, see, click on this corner and this corner by holding Shift, merge at last, because we click on this corner last, and there's our triangle. Pretty cool, right? Simple and easy and productive way. So again, merge at last, this side of the house, merge as last, and there you go. We have a pretty cool looking house so far, but it has no roof. Okay, easy way to do that is to turn our ceiling on. Right, go to the object mode, make sure ceiling has been selected, duplicate the ceiling, or not the ceiling, I'm sorry, ceiling has been shortened out, so let's delete that. Let's click on floor. So hide the ceiling, click on floor, because floor is what same diameter of the house, and we're gonna duplicate the floor, and we're gonna move it up all the way to this point here, the edge. All right, see how it's leveled up the triangle a little more. Don't have to touch the roof with the with these at all. Yeah, you can have it about a millimeter away from, you know, each other. Again, when you do the thickening of the walls and floors and ceiling and roof, it's gonna fill up that gap, that gap that you had, so the walls and ceiling doesn't stick out on the finished product. This we're gonna rename to a roof. Now we have a roof, and now how are we gonna make this a triangle, right? This roof is a triangle. Now it's a flat thing. Well, I'm gonna show you my way, how I do it, the most easiest way, because this is the way that I like to do it, and you'll see at the end why. Alright, switch to edit mode. Everything is selected, right? All I'm gonna do is select this corner, hold shift, select this corner, select this corner, select this corner. By pressing F button, we're gonna fill up the whole thing with the face, the new face. Alright, boom, new face. We have a new face and all these other phases that actually we don't want on the roof. Alright, there's too many phases. So by clicking on A, select A again to select everything, right? We're gonna select everything. Now we're gonna deselect the just that one face. But we have to find that one face. So by switching to phase mode, where's our phase? Let's see. We have to find the phase by holding the shift button, click in the middle somewhere, by right clicking on it. Here we go. Selected the face, the big face. That was just one single face, and all these other phases we're just gonna delete it by pressing X, delete by face, and voila, we have just one face left. Now this face, again, we can't not do anything with it since it's only one face. We have to split it up into two. It's that loop cut slide, right? There we go, it's in the middle. Double click on it, in the middle, and what we have to do here is, all we have to do with this side is to lift it up, right? Lift it up. We can select everything, take it down this at this level, alright? Then select the side and just keep lifting it up. Let's see. It's a little crooked because of the side right here. So we're gonna move this a little bit. Select everything. Alright, so see how I have that gap? You can see right through it. It's totally fine. That gap is totally fine. There's nothing to worry about that. When we fill all this up, it's gonna look great. Alright, now this roof is not, you know, it looks like it's solid with the house. Like, houses don't look like that. They have overhead, you know, they have overheads, you know, like this side has an overhead, this side has an overhead, so we're gonna have to make overheads. All we have to do is, oh well, we can do it a few different ways, but let's try and scale it. Let's do the scale by pressing S. I'm just gonna scale a little bit, maybe too much, or maybe not. Actually, it looks just fine. Just move it down a little bit again, and we have that overhead. See how much gap we have. It's not bad. Alright, I don't see any walls sticking through it. That's good. That's all we had to do to have those overhead. Now it looks more like a house, right? Alright, are we done? Let's see. We have a ceiling, we have a roof, we have all that, right? Yeah, we can start texturing. Alright, so in this next video, I'm going to show you how to texture all this. Easiest productive way to texture it. And I'm going to show you why I have separated these walls from the rest of the house, and the ceiling from the rest of the house, and the roof from this, because you know, when you add the textures to it, and if you add one texture to this, if all this was connected, the whole house will have the same texture on it. So we don't want that. We want this to be separate from everything else, so it has its own texture. Alright, so thank you for watching. Please check out my next video on how to texture all this real fast and productive and easy way.